Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. So we will start
Good
our
afternoon, ma'am.
PMA class, and just tell me, have we started the chapter 6? Price ceiling, price floor, we have started.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, price ceiling is complete.
Yes, ma'am.
Price floor
Done.
complete.
Yes, ma'am.
Just let me share the screen. I'm asking, is this price floor that is of minimum wage we have discussed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then price floor, price ceiling, both are discussed in your class. Then, is there any doubt? Do you have any doubt? Do you want anything that we can discuss, or you want that I will discuss some questions?
Ma'am, discuss some questions.
Okay, discuss some questions. Questions that we will get. Okay, let me discuss some questions. You can do some questions, and let me share. Yeah, suppose this is your question, that the quantity, demand and supply during a day, you write down the question, I'll just give you, suppose this is a question where quantity, demand and supply during a day are different prices in the cheese market in Odisha is given. Suppose this is what the quantity, demand and quantity supply is given, and what will be the equilibrium price and quantity? Looking at the table, tell me if this is the above first column, first row is price 100, 125, 150, 175, 200 and 225 are the price. Add the price, quantity demand and quantity supply. The second row is the quantity demand and quantity supply is the third row. Okay, in this table. Then tell me which one will be the equilibrium price and quantity. Yes,
150.
150. 150 will be equilibrium price and quantity demand and quantity supply will be 400 and 400. Okay. Draw a curve, draw a demand and demand curve and supply curve and show this equilibrium price and quantity in your copy first, by taking price and quantity on y-axis and x-axis respectively. Draw these points, equilibrium demand and equilibrium supply. Equilibrium price is 150, equilibrium quantity is 400, equilibrium quantity demand is 400, quantity supply is 400. First draw, make a freehand drawing. Then we will go, what will be the, this is otherwise known as market clearing price. Equilibrium price is otherwise known as market clearing price. How much quantity of cheese is demanded and supplied in the market? 400 and 400. Now, suppose the state government decide that cheese is extremely healthy for people and price of cheese per kg is never to exceed 100. Okay, and this is a price ceiling. Is it a price ceiling or a price floor? If government want to put the market price of cheese at 100 rupees,
And price
Price
ceiling.
ceiling.
This price selling is binding or non-binding?
Binding.
Binding.
Why binding?
Because it is below the equilibrium price.
Below the price, the buyers and the sellers will both accept this price, this selling price. Buyers will be happy to have this price because they are paying less than the equilibrium price. Seller has to accept this as it is the legal maximum price at which the cheese can be sold. 100 rupees is the legal maximum. Price can the price go up? No price can go above the 100 rupees. That is what. Is the state government establishing a price? What are the impact? Tell me, what will be the market impact? 3 points, tell me. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Market impact of this price selling of cheese market. What will be the market impact of government decision? Number 1, number 2, number 3.
Ma'am, sellers use favoritism.
There will be shortage or surplus. First thing should be there. There will be shortage or surplus in the cheese market.
Ma'am, shortage.
Yes. And why shortage? Quantity demand.
Quantity demand is greater than quantity supplied.
Yes, quantity demand will be greater than quantity supply. So there will be shortage in the market, cheese market. There will be shortage of cheese in the market, in Odisha market. Market in Odisha, first thing. Number 1 is shortage of cheese in the market. Second thing is the seller will go for favoritism and non-price rationing. Non-price rationing of the product. Non-price rationing of the product. That means it will keep the product and anytime it wants, then they will say that product is not available and they will give to those people who are their acquaintance, known people. And favoritism means they will give to their friends or privileged customers or known customers. Then what will happen? The third question, come to the third one, last one. After a few months, the state government realized that it has made a mistake and the price of cheese is too low at 100 rupees per kg. So the government issue an order that the price of cheese will never to fall below 200 per kg. In this price, acha, first one, tell me how much shortage? How much shortage will be there?
Ma'am, 200. Ma'am,
At rupees 100, no, at rupees 100, shortage will be how much? Quantity demand is 400, quantity supply is 400, and if it is, yes, if it is price is 100, then quantity demand is 500, quantity supply is 300. Therefore, the shortage will be 200. Shortage in at price 100 rupees in market, and in case of price selling, what happened? There will be shortage of cheese in the market by 200 kg or MT or whatever it is given. That is MT is given. Okay, metric ton or whatever, or price per kg, whatever is given. So when it is kg, we can say kg. So 200 kg will be shortage in the market. And similarly, come to this situation, if government put a price floor, and by putting is the price at 200 rupees, what will be the market effect?
There will be a surplus.
There
There will be a decrease in demand and
and increase in
increase in supply.
Quantity supply will be greater than quantity demand. What else? How much surplus?
200.
Surplus will be 200 because quantity demand is equal to 300, quantity supply will be 500. So there will be surplus in the market. And what else? Next point, if there will be surplus, then what will happen? What will happen if there is surplus in the market? If it is at 200, is it binding or non-binding?
Binding.
Binding.
The price will be binding. If it is fixed at 200, and tell me for whom this government is thinking about whom or giving the benefit to whom if it is fixed at 200 rupees.
Seller. To the supplier.
Seller.
To the supplier of cheese, to the seller of cheese. And is this price ceiling? It is a case of price ceiling or price floor?
Price floor.
Price floor and binding price floor. Okay, this is a case of binding price floor, and discuss the effects of this price change. Price change from 100 to 200. What is this effect? Quantity demand will decrease and quantity supply will increase in the market, and there will be more cheese in the market due to this higher price, and there will be surplus of 200 kg in the market. Okay, so in case of price ceiling, and what will happen? There will be non-price rationing. There will be non-price rationing by the government in the cheese market. So what will happen? The government will try to balance the situation. Here government is, one time it is thinking about the seller, one time it is thinking about the buyers. First it thought about the buyers, and then it thought that buyers are benefited, then it thought about the seller, that they changed the policy, that selling price is changed to become a floor price at higher price. When it is binding, when it is non-binding, what are its market effect? That is what you have to understand. Now come to one more question that we can find out. Let us go. Yes. Yeah, one more question. Let us go. Let us start our discussion. To assume the inner loop of a simple circular flow diagram represents the physical flow of the commodities in an economy. This one. Okay. Represent the followings drawing in the circular flow diagram. What is a circular flow diagram? You read about the definition parts and everything. In case of MCQs, because your questions will be mostly on MCQs, multiple choice question. So options will be given to you, 3 or 4 options will be given to you, from which you have to choose your options. So it is always more probable that you will get questions like that when it is some theoretical question more, and we can have that questions like concept based questions or conceptual questions. So when we are talking about conceptual questions, and here these questions are more or less there to do something, to work out. And in online questions, basically you will do that in your ROF and get the answers, then you will put the choices. So suppose it is the case, just tell me, suppose Jugal buys a car from Tata Motor for 4 lakhs, okay, for 4 lakhs, and Tata Motor pay Abhinash 25,000 a month for working on the assembly line. How you will show that on a circular flow diagram? Tell me. On a circular flow diagram, first one, we are having two things. So how we will represent that on a circular flow diagram? We will start a new chapter in your means coming week. So today I am doing some of the revisions. So try to understand what I am saying. Next class we will start with 7th chapter in your section. This is 9, no? Okay. Yes. Tell me, if Jugal is buying a car from Tata Motors for rupees 4 lakhs, how you will show that? You just make a circular flow diagram, ROF. Hmm, 4 lakhs. Jugal is paying a Tata Motors 4 lakh rupees to buy a car. How you will show that? Jugal is household, representing a household or a car. How you will show? Make a circular flow diagram. Then show it. And then will tell me where it will come. I'll just show you. Then second question is, Tata Motor pay Abhinash 25,000 months for work on the assembly line. Tata Motor is giving 25,000 to Avinash. Okay, and this is both are in money terms, so this will be your. We will show in physical flow or financial flow. Tell me. This will be in physical flow or financial flow. Yeah, this is household, this is farm, this is market, product market, this is your product market, goods and service market, this is your factor market. There factors of production will be there. Let me find out this one. Financial flow, yes. So financial flow, I'm showing only one flow, financial flow, let us say. And okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Tell me first one, number 1, where I will put it, you tell me. If it is Jugal is paying 4 lakhs rupees to Tata Motors, where I will put that 4 lakhs rupees. Jugal is paying 4 lakhs rupees to Tata Motor. So farm is, which one is where I will put the name? Tata Motors and the Jugal. Tell me, Tata Motors?
F.
Tata Motors means where I will put it? Farm sector or household?
Farm sector.
Farm sector. So Tata Motors. Tata Motor is put here. You will make bigger diagrams and write clearly. I'm just putting in symbols. And household. Whose name?
Jugal.
Jugal. So Jugal will be here. Jugal is put here. Yes. Jugal is a household member. Now tell me where I will put Jugal, first question A is where I will represent. Jugal is paying Tata Motor 4 lakhs rupees. Where I will put that 4 lakhs rupees?
At 3.
3.
Yeah, spending 4 lakhs rupees and also 4 because it will then it is giving to Tata Motor. Yeah, and it is buying a car here. So it will buy a car. Buy a car for which it is paying 4 lakhs rupees and this 4 lakhs rupees is going to Tata Motor. Now the question is 25,000 Tata Motor is paying to household is to Jugal or to Abhinash. Abhinash is another person. So here another person is there, Abhinash. Where I will put that?
1.
25,000. 25,000, that is the wage. That is the wage. That is again 25,000 is the income. Here it becomes income of the household and reach the household.
1,000.
Yes. Yes. When it is a model, you have to represent what is being given. A circular flow diagram is a visual model. By looking at it, you can say who is buying, who is paying, who is giving money to who is working for whom, everything. Okay. So Abhinash is the person who is working. So factors of production, we are showing only here the financial flow. Financial flow. We can show the physical flow also. In physical flow, we will see Abhinash is working. Abhinash is going to farm to work. Okay. And here Tata Motors. We are only showing here the questions in the question it is given the data for the financial flow. So I am just showing the financial flow. This is called financial flow. This is the financial flow chart or flow diagram or circular flow diagram, financial flow we are showing. So this is how you have to show when the questions comes, and you must understand who is selling what and how it is reaching from one sector to another when questions are coming, like how to put it in the proper place. Now come to next question. Yes, let's go to the next question. Okay, this is a question when, yeah, following table shows how much total utility Dinesh gets from the Maggi noodles. Using this information, analyze how much additional packet of Maggi noodles Dinesh will consume if the price of the noodles decreases from 15 to 5 packets. 15 packets to 5 packets per packet. Okay, you just tell me if the price is 15 rupees, how much Maggi noodles Dinesh will consume if this is the total utility or satisfaction is given in rupees. Number of packet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and total utility is given. You just draw your own marginal utility table with it. Under the total utility
Ma'am, 4.
Ma'am, 4 packets.
4, ma'am, 4.
4.
Yeah, 4 packets.
Okay. Okay. This is your 40, then 75, then 100, then 115, 120, 122, 5, 6. Now, if it is 15 rupees, marginal revenue, that is your marginal satisfaction or marginal utility. First one is 40. Second one is how much?
25.
75.
Minus 40.
35.
Third one, 100 minus 75. 25. Fourth one, 115 minus 100. 15. Fifth one, 120 minus 115. 5. Then 2. Okay. So if market price, if price is equal to 15, then that is your marginal cost. So price which is equal to marginal cost is equal to 15. Price of packet. So it is how much? Compare. If you will compare, that is 15. Marginal benefit must be greater than or equal to marginal cost. So 4 packets, correct. 4 packets you will buy when the price is 15. But if the price is 5 rupees, how much packet? If price fall to 5 rupees.
5.
How many packets? Yes. Now he will buy 5th packet. If it is 5, if marginal cost is equal to 5, then which is equal to price equal to marginal cost equal to 5, then 5th time also he can purchase. So 5th time it is again 5 marginal benefit equal to or marginal satisfaction or utility equal to marginal cost, that is 5th. So initially it is 4th, next it is 5th. Like this you have to compare and find out. Alright. Next go to one more question. Yes. Assume the demand curve for pizza in Cuttack market is linear and intersects both the price and quantity axis. It is a linear demand curve. Keeping other things constant, price elasticity of demand for pizza is equal to the slope of the demand curve for pizza. Will you agree with this statement? Justify your answer with the help of the diagram. Can the price elasticity of demand is equal to slope of the demand curve? Percentage change in quantity
Yes,
demand by if it is a linear demand curve and price elasticity of demand, is it equal to slope of the curve? Okay, this question actually I'll tell you. Price elasticity of demand is always changing. Price elasticity is not constant on a straight line demand curve. Price elasticity is different on a demand curve, but slope of a line is always constant. Let me tell you what I want to say. Let me tell you one thing. When we are talking about price elasticity of demand, this is a linear demand curve. Price elasticity of demand, actually we have not given you this, so let me give you right now. This is x, this is y axis price, this is your quantity axis. So price elasticity at this point is different from price elasticity at this point, price elasticity at this point, and on each point. Suppose this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E. How we calculate the price elasticity of demand? Actually, price elasticity of demand is equal to, there is one formula, that is your lower segment by the upper segment. Okay, just wait. This is a lower segment. Lower segment of the line divided by upper segment. Upper segment. So if you are getting this much at E, that means upper segment is the whole amount, but lower segment is 0. So that is 0 by all the things, E and A. EA, that is the whole upper segment, and the lower segment is 0. 0 by something is what? 0 by something is what?
Infinite.
0 by something is?
0.
0.
When we are writing 0 by anything, any percentage, that is how much? And something by 0?
Something by 0 is infinite, and 0 by anything is 0.
Yeah. So at this point, elasticity will be 0. At this point, elasticity will be infinity. And in between, elasticity will be different values. Suppose C is the midpoint. If C is the midpoint, that means change in quantity demand by change in price we are finding here. So elasticity will be equal to 1 here. And that elasticity between these points, okay, below C and point D and D to E and E to between these points, you will get elasticity lower segment. Suppose it is between D to the D point, means this point. So what will happen? Lower segment will be more than the upper segment. Suppose it is at D, this much is the lower segment and this is the upper segment. So this is small one and this is bigger one. So what we will get, that elasticity is less than 1. In this case, when we are finding at B, that means lower one is higher or bigger than the upper segment. So it will get elasticity as greater than 1. Those range, we can show it here on the price elasticity on a linear demand curve. So what you just remember one thing, that price elasticity of demand is not constant on a linear straight line, on a linear segment, but slope of a line is always constant. So slope and price elasticity is never equal. Slope is always what we are finding. Actually, this is the formula to find out price elasticity on a line of linear demand curve. So what we are finding here is that slope is not equal to your price elasticity of demand on a linear demand curve. Slope is always remain constant, but price elasticity does not. Price elasticity of demand on a linear demand curve does not remain constant. It is fluctuating. It is different. Okay, and formula for finding price elasticity is this lower segment on a, this is a geometrical explanation or diagrammatic explanation, lower segment by upper segment. So what we are getting here, price elasticity will vary between 0 to infinity like this. We can show it on diagram. Got it? So we will not do this. Let us clear this and we will go back to our question. Yeah. Now let us go back to our labor market we have already discussed. Let us go back to our question paper today. Question discussion. Okay. Suppose this is one question. When BK Electronics produce two commodities, electric fan and air cooler. Okay. Electric fan and air cooler. The price elasticity of demand for electric fan and air cooler are estimated to electric fan and air cooler. First is fan and then air cooler minus 0.20. Just write the question. Elasticity of demand or price elasticity of demand for fan. Simply fan is equal to minus minus 0.5 price elasticity of demand is equal to minus 0.20. Minus 0.20, and that of cooler is equal to minus 1.25. Okay, minus 1.25. Now, if they want to increase the price of this product, two products, what will happen? What they should do? Whether they should increase the price of the two products or not. And if they want to increase the price of the product, price of which product they should increase? And price of which product they should not increase? Fan. Why?
Because price elasticity of demand
If they increase the price of cooler, then the demand will be less of the cooler.
Yes.
And if they increase the price of the cooler, then the demand of cooler will decrease.
Price of this is fan. Price elasticity is given at minus 0.20. Just tell me which one is relatively elastic and which one is relatively inelastic. First thing. Fan. This is cooler. Is given minus 1.25. Okay. Tell me which one is relatively elastic, which one is relatively inelastic.
Electric fan is relatively inelastic and cooler is relatively elastic.
Yes. When we are increasing, that means for any 1% increase in price, there will be less percentage change in quantity demand. For any 1% or unit percentage or 1% change in price of fan, there will be less percentage change or decrease in quantity demand. If fan price will increase, price of fan increases, then quantity demand of fan will fall, but EP is less than 1, or that is less percentage. So if they want to increase the price of this thing, they can increase. But in case of cooler, what happened? In case of cooler, if they increase the price of the cooler by 1%, okay, by 1%, the quantity demand will fall by greater than 1%, okay, 1.25%. So what will happen? They should not increase the price, and this is a case of relatively elastic demand. So always remember what is relatively inelastic and relatively elastic. Price, if you are increasing price of relatively elastic product, that means more fall will be there in quantity demand. Rather, they should decrease the price of cooler by some extent, by 1%, then there will be increase in quantity demand by 1.25%. So what we find here, price elasticity of demand is relatively inelastic. Now tell me, one is a luxury good and one is a, if one is a luxury good and one is a necessary good. One is necessary good and one is your luxury good. Whose price can be increased? Necessary. And which good is more relatively inelastic?
Necessary.
Necessary goods are relatively, these are relatively inelastic, and these are relatively elastic. These are relatively elastic goods. Okay, so price can increase in these cases, but price, so that more demand will be there, demand will fall but by less percentage. If price increases for luxury goods, then demand will fall by more percentage, greater than 1, more percentage. Okay, or if it is by 10%, then it is greater than 10%. So they should not, rather they should decrease this. Rather, this would decrease the price of this luxury good instead of increasing. And relatively inelastic, this is relatively elastic product. And if it is 1, what type of good it is? If price elasticity is 1,
Perfectly elastic.
if it is 1,
Unit elastic demand.
yeah, that is called, if it is E price elasticity, EP equal to 1, that means that is a case of unitary elastic or unit elastic. Unitary elastic. Unitary elastic demand. The good is having unitary elastic demand. And what will happen in this case, unitary elastic demand, when price increases by 1%, that means quantity demand will fall exactly by the same percentage. If it is by 1.1, then it is also falling by 1%. If it is price is decreasing by 1%, quantity demand will exactly increase by 1%. That is what unit percentage, whatever percent. If price increases by 10%, quantity demand will decrease by 10%, exactly. So by the same percentage. That is called unit elastic good or unit good. Now tell me, what will be if price elasticity of demand? If price elasticity of demand is perfectly inelastic, what will be the shape of the demand curve? If price elasticity is perfectly inelastic,
Vertical.
Parallel to y-axis.
parallel to y-axis, that is vertical, because quantity fall for any change in price, there is no change in quantity demand. Quantity demand will not change at all, and the diagram we can see the diagram as the vertical straight line like this. So this is a demand curve. Okay, whatever may be the price, whether price is P1 or P2, and this is your price, this is 0, this is quantity, this is Q or Q1, which is fixed. Okay, so whatever may be the price, quantity will be OQ1. If it is perfectly elastic, if it is a case of perfectly elastic,
Parallel
good,
to
X-axis.
this is parallel to x-axis, means price remaining constant, quantity can increase or decrease to any percentage. Q, 0, quantity can be anything, P1, P2, Q1, Q2, or whatever, different percentage. This is your demand curve. So, in this way, you should understand concept-based questions will come, because all the concepts you try to understand, try to revise like that, because calculation part will be less, but concept part will be more. And in chapter 5, calculation part will be definitely there. That is calculating percentage change in quantity demand by percentage change in price, like that. And suppose I will give you one question, write one question for price elasticity demand calculating. I'll just give you one question, just wait. Suppose your value is given calculate price elasticity of demand. Calculate price elasticity of demand for a good if price is 30 rupees and quantity demand is when price is equal to 30 rupees, P1 is equal to 30 rupees, quantity demand is equal to 50 and price increases to 35 and quantity demand decreases to 40. What will be price elasticity of demand? And what will be the type of the product?
Ma'am, product is relatively elastic.
Product is how much is the price elasticity of demand? Price elasticity of demand is percentage change in QD, quantity demand by percentage change in price. Are you using the midpoint method or normal method?
Midpoint method.
Okay, by using the midpoint method, if P1 is equal to 30, P2 change in price is equal to 35, Q1 is equal to 50, Q2 new price is equal to 40. How much is? EP is how much?
Minus 1.44.
Okay, minus 1.44 or that is equal to mod of 1.44. So what type of, is it relatively elastic or relatively inelastic?
Relatively elastic.
Okay, the product is relatively elastic because it is greater than 1 and less than infinity. So this product is relatively elastic. Okay, so if price elasticity, second question, one more question we can discuss. If price elasticity is equal to minus 0.5 and quantity demand changes by 10%, quantity demand changes by 10%, what will be the change in quantity price? What will be the change in price? Changes means I will say increase. Let's say increase. Let's say increase. If quantity demand of the good increases by 10%, what will be the change in price?
Increase by 20%.
Increase or decrease?
Increase.
If price increases by 10%, what will be the change in price and by how much percentage?
Ma'am, price decrease by 20%.
Yes, price will decrease by 20%. So what you will write? Price will decrease by. Everybody is understanding or not? Anybody is having any problem? Price will increase, quantity demand increase means price will must be decreasing. Okay, if the good is a normal good, if the good is a normal good and price when quantity demand is increasing, that means price will decrease definitely by 20%. That means EP, LHS is being given minus 0.5 and you have quantity demand, change in quantity demand is given 5%, kitna? 10%. What I have given? 10%. 10%.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And this is your X that you have to find out. So how much it is, percentage change, and increase and decrease that you have to understand. If it is increasing, that means price will be decreasing. If it is decreasing, that inverse relationship between price and quantity demand that you have to remember. Okay. So your questions you will get like, you will calculate like this, then you will find out some which is your correct answer, then you will choose from the options given. So we prepare with short questions like this. Okay, you can have your net search also for short questions, how to find out multiple choice questions on different chapters. You can find that and for your practice also. Okay, on Google search, no problem. Okay. Next class we will have some more questions and we will also have a new class, chapter 7 we will do, and then consumer surplus, producer surplus and total surplus. In our next class we will find out how to calculate, what is the concepts of consumer surplus, what is the concept of producer surplus, and what are the concept of total surplus in our next class. So price elasticity, similarly you can find out some questions regarding your income elasticity of demand, and think about all the interpretations. Think about all the interpretations. Interpretations are very important. You will get questions on them also. If income elasticity is minus, you are getting a negative value. Suppose you are calculating income elasticity, values are given, and what type of good it is. If you are getting a plus sign, if you are getting a minus sign, what does that mean? Plus means positive value means?
Substitute.
No. In case of income elasticity, two type of
Normal.
relation is, yes, that is your normal good. Normal good. In case of negative sign, it is an inferior good. Inferior good. Income case you will find normal good and inferior good only. These two things you will have. For substitute, you will have the other thing, that is when you are getting plus value, minus value, zero value, minus value. If it is a plus sign, minus sign and negative sign, zero sign and positive sign. If it is a positive value you are getting, what are the two goods are? Relation. That is the relation. In case of cross elasticity. If it is positive, what type of relation it is?
Substitute.
Substitute. If it is plus, then substitute. Do not confuse with the cross price elasticity and income elasticity. Income elasticity means change in quantity demand due to change in income. Cross price elasticity means change in quantity demand of one product due to change in price of another product. So these are substitute goods. And if it is zero, non-related good, Non-related good. If it is negative, then complementary. So that will be complementary good. And how the relation is going on, that also you have to understand. Price of X increases, and if quantity demand of Y, what will happen to quantity demand of X, that you have to understand. Then quantity demand of X will decrease, and if quantity demand of Y increases, what are the two types of goods? If price of X increases, so that quantity demand of X will decrease, and due to which quantity demand of Y increases, what is the two types of goods are?
Substitutes.
Yes, they are substitute goods. So you have to understand, always have this type of thing when you get a question on lines, on sentences, just put your, with these marks, these are short forms, these are short type of answers. It will be easier for you to understand if you write like this, okay? But when it is written, it should be in line, in sentences. Now, if it is a situation when price of X increase, due to which quantity demand of X will not be given directly, this one and this one will be given. You have to go through this one, okay? Quantity demand of X will decrease, and if quantity demand of Y will decrease, what type of good it is? If price of X increase, price of T increase, due to which price of sugar is decreasing, what type of good they are? They are complementary goods, because price of X means price of T if increasing, and quantity demand of T will decrease. If quantity demand of T will decrease and quantity demand of T will decrease, that means the quantity demand of sugar will also decrease. That means the two goods are complementary. Like this, you have to find out and understand and give answer. Thank you very much. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, this is one part of revision is over about price elasticity, and some revisions I have done. So thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.